5 MCP servers. That's the entire difference between Claude Code being a fancy autocomplete and Claude Code actually running your business. If you've installed Claude Code, prompted it a few times, and quietly wondered why it still feels like a coding toy instead of the agency operator everyone on Twitter promised, this is the missing layer. I'll show you the exact 5 MCP servers I have wired into one workspace, the mcp.json config file behind them, and the scoping pattern that keeps Claude from nuking the wrong client folder. I build these systems daily for clients at BizflowAI.io. Let's start with the part nobody shows on screen. Here's the situation almost every solo founder lands in. You install Claude Code because the demos look incredible. You prompt it, it writes some code, you copy results into Gmail, you copy other results into your invoicing tool, you paste a CSV into your CRM, and at the end of the day, you've done the same context-switching dance you were doing with ChatGPT. The tool is good. The workflow is broken. You're still the integration layer between Claude and your actual business. That's the trap. And it's the reason most people quietly stop opening Claude Code after week 2. They never got past prompting into operating. The unlock is not a 4-hour course. It's not a new framework with a clever acronym. It's MCP servers, Model Context Protocol. Think of MCP as the set of arms and hands Claude doesn't have by default. Out of the box, Claude can read your files and write code. With MCP servers wired in, Claude can query your live database, draft replies on real Gmail threads, push notifications to your phone, scrape a lead list in a real browser, and write back to the systems your business actually runs on. Same Claude window. Zero copy-paste. That's the gap. Now let me show you the 5 that matter, in the order you should add them. Number 1, Postgres MCP. This is the one that changes everything for anyone with a real product or a real client database. I run an invoicing system for a small services business that hand-types roughly 200 invoices a week before automation. With Postgres MCP wired into Claude Code, I can say things like, show me every unpaid invoice over 30 days for client X, draft a follow-up email per invoice, and stage the status update as a SQL migration I review before commit. Claude reads from the live database, reasons about the data, and proposes the rights. I approve. That's it. No exporting CSVs. No ChatGPT pasting, no SQL by hand. The setup is one entry in mcp.json, pointing at the Postgres MCP server binary, with a connection string scoped to a read-mostly user. You'll want a separate role for writes. Don't give Claude your super user credentials. I'll come back to that scoping pattern in a minute because it's the part most tutorials skip, and it's the one that actually keeps you safe. Number 2, Gmail MCP. This is the one that turns inbox triage from a 2-hour-a-day tax into a 15-minute review session. The pattern I use for a client running a small agency inbox. Gmail MCP exposes labels, threads, drafts, and send. Claude pulls the unread threads, classifies them into intent buckets, drafts a reply per thread in the client's tone using a context file of past replies, and saves everything as drafts. Nothing sends automatically. The human opens Gmail, scans the drafts, hits send on the good ones, edits the rest. The result is the founder reclaiming roughly 10 hours a week, and the inbox actually getting answered the same day instead of 3 days late. The MCP install is straightforward. The real work is the context file that teaches Claude how that specific business writes. 2 pages of example replies is usually enough. Number 3, Telegram MCP. This one sounds optional until you have it, and then you can't work without it. Telegram MCP gives Claude a notification channel and, more importantly, a remote command channel. So when an automation finishes a batch of invoices at 2 in the morning, I get a Telegram message with the summary. When a lead scraping job finds a high-value prospect, I get a ping with the link and a one-line summary. And when I'm away from the desk, I can send a Telegram message back that triggers Claude to run a specific workflow. It collapses the distance between you and your systems. The setup is a bot token, a chat ID, and one MCP entry. 40 minutes of work, permanent payoff. Number 4, and this is the one nobody warns you about. Filesystem MCP scoped per project. By default, if you hand Claude Filesystem access, it can see your whole working directory. That is fine when you have one project. The moment you have 3 live client projects, in the same Claude Code workspace, it becomes a liability. You do not want Claude reading client A's data while reasoning about client B's invoice template. The pattern that works is one Filesystem MCP entry per project, each scoped to a specific path, named clearly in the config. So your mcp.json has filesystem.client.a pointing at one folder, filesystem.client.client pointing at another, filesystem.client.a pointing at another, filesystem.client.c pointing at a third. When you start a session, you tell Claude which project you're in, and it only touches that project's files. Same Claude, 3 businesses, 0 cross-contamination. This is the safety pattern that makes the whole stack viable beyond one client. Number 5, Playwright MCP. The browser. This is what takes Claude from reading your systems to reaching out into the public web. I use this for lead generation workflows, where Claude needs to open a real browser, navigate to a directory site, extract structured data from pages that don't have an API, and write the results back to the Postgres MCP from step 1. Full loop, web to database, to email draft, all in one Claude Code session, all approved by me at each step. No Zapier, no N8N, no separate scraping service. One tool, 5 hands. Now the config file itself. Open claude/mcp.json. It's a JSON object with 1 key per MCP server. Each entry has a command, an args array, and an invoc for credentials. 3 settings actually matter. First, the command path has to be absolute, not relative, because Claude Code launches these as sub-processes and your shell aliases don't apply. Second, every credential goes in the env block, never in args, because args show up in process listings. Third, for anything that can write, scope the credentials to the minimum permission needed. Read-only Postgres user for queries, a separate write user that Claude only invokes when you explicitly ask for a mutation. That single discipline is the difference between a stack that runs for months and a stack that destroys a client database in week 3. Here's what the daily reality looks like once this is wired up. I open Claude Code once in the morning. Roughly 45 minutes later, 3 businesses have moved forward. Invoices that were overdue have follow-up drafts in Gmail waiting for me. Last night's lead scrape is summarized in Telegram with the top 5 prospects flagged. The database has clean staged updates waiting for my approval. I review, I approve, I close the laptop. That's the operating system. Not a coding tool. Not an autocomplete. An actual layer between me and the work that used to eat my day. The 5 MCP servers are the leverage point. Everything else is decoration. If you want the exact mcp.json template, the per project file system scoping pattern, and the credential discipline I just walked through, the full setup is documented with real client examples at BizflowAI.io. That's also where you can see the kind of automation work we ship for solopreneurs and small teams. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so the next breakdown finds you. And if you have a workflow you want built for you instead of building it yourself, book a free 30-minute discovery call at BizflowAI.io and we'll map it out together.